Alright, that should be good. How's it going, everybody? Double fart. I'm gonna do some NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. One thing I've noticed, because I've only streamed NASCAR Heat 5 like 3 times at this point. Well, this will be the third. But I haven't. Um, what haven't I done? Um, I'm still testing out the sound because NASCAR Heat 5 is a really loud game. So I'm still kind of figuring out what I am or how quiet the game audio needs to be. Hopefully I won't have any issues with game audio. So I'm not going to make this stream too long because I don't want to lose a whole lot of footage. Although a bulk of this is going to be in the menu, so I don't suspect I'll have too much of an issue. But anyway, we're going to start fresh. Full career from the very beginning. And we're going to see how that goes. Name. Dale. Nope, not a W. Dale. Damn it, I keep doing it. W. O. L. F. H. A. R. D. T. Wolfart. Okay. We're just gonna leave everything the same because I don't suspect I'll really need to change anything up. Save. Alright. This one cool thing about career mode is the fact that it'll display your driver's name on the window name display. I think that's pretty friggin' cool. But other than that, we're just gonna start off doing this for the record. I am in medium difficulty with medium assists. And not a whole lot of it's not going to be like the toughest it could be because for one, I'm not very good. And for two, I care more about the results here as opposed to the racing itself. So, all right, Warren Vigas, is this like a head developer or something? What's his deal? Hi there, I heard you want a shot at the Xtreme Dirt Tour. My name is Warren, and I represent great racers like yourself. How many others do you represent? One of the teams I represent, okay, wants to give you an opportunity to prove yourself. Are you in? I don't see why not. So I assume this is going to be our first hot seat. HendrickCars.com 40 at Drebin Motor Speedway. Done a lot of races at Drebin in terms of the various modified. No, is it modified? No, late model. In terms of the various late model races, this is one of the coincidentally more raced at tracks. For some reason, it was my highest race total. I just realized I didn't eat before this stream, and I was going, well, I have a thing of white Reese's minis, so that should be fine for some substance for now. We'll see. One issue I've had with this game is how long this loading screen takes a long time, and were this pre-recorded instead of a live stream, this would definitely be cut out, but I can't do that. Alright. I might as well do some qualifying just to be sure. I'm usually pretty good at late model races. Here's where I hope the game audio is fine. I have it turned down to 50, and the mic's all the way up at 100, so hopefully it won't be an issue. I might have to put the mic up a bit closer to my face, just to be safe. I mean, I can hear myself a little bit clearer, so hopefully that shouldn't be an issue, but anyone watching, please let me know if I'm too quiet, and I'll have to adjust the game audio a little bit later, just to, correct everything and make sure that I'm as audible as I should be. But I'm usually pretty good at late model races. I probably should turn the difficulty up a little bit while I'm doing late model races. I would adjust difficulty race by race, because, like, I'm not great at, say, I'm not as good at intermediates and super speedways as I am at road courses and short tracks. Those tend to be the ones that I can reliably win for some reason. So maybe I'll do a difficulty adjustment, it's just I don't know if I can be bothered to do it that consistently. So I'm probably just going to stick to medium, because I do have trouble at super speedways and other things like that on medium, but maybe for late models I might return to... Not return to, but I might move to hard instead of medium, just to kind of, you know, be a little more consistent, I guess, or just for the sake of keeping a little bit of challenge, because I don't want to make, because I know in like in higher difficulties I tend to just be mid backpack, and I don't think that's very entertaining if I'm not racing for a win every race. And on the majority of tracks, but the majority being, you know, mile and a halves, I tend to place around...
Alright, time to see where we ended up.
Ooh, nice pole. Never mind. I reached the exact goal, but I placed 22nd. Okay, maybe medium was more difficult than I had anticipated. So usually qualifying time signifies just about where I expect to place in the race itself. Alright, boogity boogity boogity. First race of career mode. Some late models. I think mistake number one was the fact that I'm not first person. Or at least that I was in third person. Less so than not first person.
Alright, you're clear.
I should at least be in hood view. You know.
Outside.
Alright. First lap, only 3 laps. These races are pretty quick. I'm running it at the minimum race length, because again, I'm more here for the results than the racing. I just want to... Just kind of ironic, but I don't know, it's the way I've always done it. It's the way I always prefer to do it. Uh-oh. Pumped the shit out of one. Alright, my first career race might not be as good as I was hoping for, so maybe I'm not as good as it was. Maybe I hyped my shit up a little later. Final lap. Let's see what I can do here. Not much if I race like that. Maybe I'm just gonna Drebin. I'm not exactly sure what the deal is here. Figure that out. And that's our first race. We got 12th. Goal position was 20th. So I'd say, you know, I mean, I got 10 higher than my qualifying place, which is usually what I do. I usually gain about 10 spots, but if I'm starting too far back, then I'm just not going to get anything done. And apparently the 43 car was in the same spot, well, in the points standings at least. Alright, first race, quick little hot seat. I succeeded. So that should mean something. No wins, though. But that's, I mean, I'm not expecting you to win in the hot seat. Scratch my ear. Yeah, loading times are pretty rough in this game, though. What we had fun with, you just did, is called Hot Seat, yes. By the way, I've done, like, 2 career modes. I started a career mode at Cup with a team and decided I wasn't having enough fun. So then I started a full-time one, and then I realized, oh shit, and then I started streaming, and I was like, oh, I should stream the career mode, so now I'm doing that. Hot seat is when a team is needed, or a team has a need for a driver in an upcoming race. Yes, I'll contact you when another opening comes along. You do that. Hot seat summary, 12th success, got 3 fans. Cool. So BGH Racing, a 3-star team, which is the minimum. For some reason. I don't know why there's 5 stars if 3 stars is the minimum. Maybe they just don't want to shit on teams too much. I'm not sure what the deal is. Alright. Let's see what we get here. At the Brandit 100. Nope. Nothing. Alright. And Eldora's one of my better tracks. I'm usually... I know in a truck series I can reliably win at Eldora. Charlotte. Nope. Nothing again. I mean, I got my first hot seat. I've already gone through about 4 races. Tony Stewart won that. Who would have guessed? I'm not sure why they have Tony Stewart racing in the actual thing. It feels kind of counterintuitive to have Tony Stewart racing there because it seems like an obvious win. He's the only actual driver. Hey, finally. Queen City Racing. I drove for Queen City Racing in my first playthrough. 2-star team, but they had that 17 car. The Wrangler 100, Bristol. I like Bristol. I like Wrangler. I almost exclusively wear Wrangler. Bristol, well, I mean, it's a regular, you know, dirt track. Or no, this was Charlotte, sorry. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know how good I am at Charlotte. Charlotte might have been my one loss. Because, like I said, I usually win in these situations, but I don't know. We'll see. Gotta move the mic away for yawning. 2 viewers, welcome to the stream, everybody. Sorry you have to join and watch 90% loading menu, but my internet's doing the best it can. And this game just has genuinely slow loading. My internet's really not bad. Alright. Wrangler 100 of Bristol. 22 car. I think this was the same car that I got a hot seat in too. I know the first car that I got was not the one I got my first hot seat in. I think this one was. Alright. Oh, this is Bristol. This isn't Charlotte. This is Bristol. I thought it was Charlotte. Yeah, that was the last race. This was Bristol. I'm just a little bit stupid. Alright, well, I love Bristol. Bristol, as an asphalt track, I can reliably win at. But let's see how I do. Late models. Alright. A little bit ahead of our goal. 7th. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, a little bit of ahead of our goal. The first driver to get an 18 will actually be starting 6th. I guess somebody got booted to the back. Goal position is 10th. We're starting in the top 10, which is always a good sign. However, I am starting on the outside, which is not usually a good sign. I'm not all that good at starting on the outside. So, it remains to be seen how exactly that's going to play out. And my audio sounds a little bit laggy. I'm hearing a little bit of lag in that audio. Hopefully, that's not too bad. But we'll see. Alright. Davis. I know in NASCAR 3, when I played that, that was the car that I played. Okay, my audio's really laggy right now. I'm sorry if that translates to the stream that way. Oh my god, that sounds terrible. Okay, there I go. Holy shit. That's not supposed to happen. These cars do flip really easy. I don't know if they still do it in P5, but I know in P3 they flip really easily. Alright, we're down to 6th again. I gotta figure out that audio issue. I don't know if this is anything I can do. Okay, that car is still there. We are still in 6th though, which is nice. That means we will get our goal. Even though we had a little bit of a wreck there, we didn't have to restart. And across the line, 6th place. That's because of win here, drive, I guess. I'm not getting as much money, but I am getting a hot seat. I did succeed in the hot seat, so I guess that counts. 3 viewers, welcome to the stream. Alright. Tony Stewart won there, no surprise. I think it's a pretty obvious win, day in, day out. That's generally going to be your biggest competitor, is going up against Tony Stewart there. I should have prepared water. I I'm now realizing I need some water. But I'm not a good enough streamer to be able to bounce and not lose all my viewers for being gone for more than 10 seconds, so just gotta wait there for now. Alright. 6th place. Decent. 3 more fans. $600. I guess, you know, I don't know how much you make in late models. But, alright. Got a little bit of a payout. I guess that's just the payout that it goes for there. Racing in dirt can be tricky. Hope you're keeping your cool. Well, I'm not in a stock. Is this is late model a form of stock car racing? That's a good question. I forgot to skip. Alright. Race numero 6. True Timber Camo 100 at Texas. Usually you get 3 per season. Okay, and it looks like we're going to get our 3rd here. Usually they leave you with 3 options. And yeah, usually it's a 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. The 77 car for Northfield Motorsports. I can't recall if I got anything for Northfield in my last playthrough. I guess I'll find out. But we're racing at Texas. There's not a whole lot of individuality between late model races. The late model races tend to be kind of samey overall. So, I don't know what to expect here. I don't really have any expectations going into it. I am in a 5-star car, but I honestly don't know how much that really affects my performance. I think it's more just the prestige of the team, more than anything else. Well, it might affect my performance at, you know, more aero-dependent, more engine-dependent raceways like, you know, super speedways in Truck, Busch, and Cup. And then it might be more, but I don't, and it probably would be more affecting, in, like, you know, I should know this. Oh, in higher difficulties. I think maybe in medium with some assists, then it's not really going to be a huge deal. Alright, 77 car. Not a pretty car. Nah, I usually don't practice.
Let's go.
Maybe I should. But for the sake of pacing, I usually don't. It's just the way I prefer to do things. Because I have no patience. How's it going, Johnny Boy 98? How you doing? Let me know if my audio is too quiet. I turned down the game volume to 50. The mic's up at 100. Hopefully it'll sound alright, but I know the NASCAR team has some issues with the mic being too quiet. Alright, 10th place. 10th place, that's always a good sign. Usually at 10th place I can reliably get a little bit more up there. Alright. Goal position is 3rd, so we're looking for a top 3, which I have not been able to pull off so far, but we are starting on the inside. And it's going to be much better in the long run, starting on the inside, because I should be able to get a better run quicker, as you can see. It's going to take a few laps for the field to space out a bit. For me to, get a little further. We're in 3rd already. It's a good start. Made it all the way up to 1st. And I qualified better than I did in the last race, so it is possible that the quality of your ride does actually make a substantial difference. Alright, we are 3 laps in. 3 laps in. And we're leading. Not a sizable lead, so I can't really afford to mess up much. But if I keep racing like I normally do, then I should have no issue. White flag, white flag. Let's see what we can do here. Still a decently tight lead, so. Oh, that was not a good turn. That was not a good turn. But we kept it. 1st career win. 1st career win in a hot seat, which is always nice. Going to 3rd person for the burnouts. figure out how to get there, damn it. Burnouts aren't very impressive in late models. In fact, I'm pretty sure late models don't even do burnouts. They probably don't have the engine capability to do so. Well, not by engine, they probably don't have the money to be able to afford to waste an engine like that. Fuck this guy, apparently. Oh, they moved. I was not expecting them to move. Alrighty then. That was a pretty shitty burnout, but whatever. Alright, so maybe the quality of ride does make a sizable difference. Granted, I started in a different place and started on the inside instead of the outside, and with sprints this quick, you do need the best advantage you can get, the earliest you can get one. So, we'll see. Alright. Yeah. Alright, well, first career victory. I'm pretty happy about that, I guess. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to win there. I wasn't expecting to have more sizable performance than I did at the last track, but who knows what the reasoning is. Whatever the reasoning was, I won, and that's all that really matters. Doesn't mean I'm gonna sign with the team. I usually just sign with the team with the best looking car. Anybody see that last? I hate the message feed. It's kind of cringy. Made some impressive progress with all those hot seats you've been doing. Can't wait to see what team picks you up next. It's more what team I decide to let pick me up, I guess. Alright. I don't think we get more hot seats. Yeah. So it's just 3 hot seats every time. They want to give you 3 options to start with, although sometimes they'll give you more. Alright. We're going to join a team. I might make one eventually, but we're not going to make one yet. Alright, BGH has that 43 car, which ain't bad, and the 11 car, which is, no real interest there. Queen City, 17 car is the running choice, because that 17 car I did drive at one point in my that was the one I chose last time. Well, let's see if Northfield has anything more interesting. Oh, it has that 98 car that I drove in my original thing back in NASCAR A3. I think that's what I'm going to go with, because it is a 5-star team, and even though usually I do choose that Queen Star number 17, or Queen City number 17, I mean, you know, why not go all out? And and this one's kind of nostalgic, so we're going to go with the 98 car. Just like NASCAR Heat 3, except they didn't record it, so as far as you guys are concerned, this is the first time. This will be going up on YouTube, under the same name. By the way, if you guys want to watch later, if you can't make the whole stream, or if you just want to watch it again. Alright, cool. If you're wondering why I have the music off, although I don't know why you would be wondering, but if you are wondering why I have the music off, it's because of, you know, copyright. And the music kind of sucks in this game anyway, but I also would like this to, you know, well, I mean, I don't really care about copyright strikes. Well, copyright claims. I do care about copyright strikes. That's an issue, but copyright claims aren't a huge issue. Alright, we're good to go. I think we have the makings of a great season. I'd say so too, seeing as I have a, you know, I did what I need. You made the hot seat shortlist for the NASCAR Truck Series. Yep, that usually happens. Alright. I know what they do. Yes, I know. I mean, we won in the one race we've had with this car, so I think 4 top 5s is pretty achievable. I guess it remains to be seen, but I think that's pretty achievable. Alright, we've got 3 teammates, Mark Hunter, Justin Jones, and Eric Wright. Payout per race is also going to be better here, I guess, now that I think about it. Alright. Oh, yeah, I know about reputation. Alright, well, let's move on to our first race and see how we perform here. I'm hoping to get, once again, a good start here, but I don't know. We'll find out. I think with a win off the bat in the hot seat list, then I think a win, or at least a top 5, should be pretty acquirable. Now, with how quick the races are, what's really going to be important here is a good qualifying position. It's hard to gain a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and medium makes it as to where, generally, I think I can gain about 10 spots, give or take. More reliably starting on the inside, starting on the outside, it's not as easy. But I mean, if I do well here, if I get a good qualifying position, then that should mean that I'll be able to get a pretty good final time, and I should be able to get overall a pretty good race going. So I can qualify in the top 5, and then I should maybe even in the top 10. Then I shouldn't have much of an issue getting that top 5 in. I do fear how. Let's see what we got here. 16.301. That is ahead of the goal and the pole. So we got the pole. Good job. I didn't do great at Vegas in the previous race, but that was with a different team, so it remains to be seen how this is going to turn out. So we got a pole. First full-time start, we got a pole, which means I'm probably going to come out with a win. Just out of the fact that I'm starting out on the inside, towards the front, don't have to worry about passing traffic, although I could end up spinning out or messing up at some point. I'm not going to be restarting races. I say that, doesn't mean that I won't, but I'm saying it now to hold myself to it. I am going to not restart on purpose. I might like restart and go, oh shit, that's supposed to be one, but that's the intention, is to not restart. 2 to go. We've got sizable lead over Tony Stewart here. We've already got the makings of a great season. I might up the difficulty. But then I'll have to decrease the difficulty for hot seat offers in the Truck Series, and I don't know if I can reliably remember to do that. I guess we'll find out. Around turn 4, we're coming up on a little bit of lap traffic, but they're up at the top, so it shouldn't matter. We gotta win. We gotta win. First career start. Well, not first career start. First full-time start. And we're off to a win, off the bat. Good start. I did well. Obviously, we're hoping for a championship. Like I said, I might have to increase the difficulty, but we'll see. Alright, that's good enough run out for now. I can't spend too much time doing that, because, well, actually, I mean, I am streaming, so it's not like I'm on a time crunch here, but still. Opening up a bag of white Reese's. I'm starting to get a little hungry. Hopefully the mic doesn't pick it up. Alright. Well, good start. I guess we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how much I can do it at other tracks. I think I could probably do it. At other tracks. Because, I mean, if I lost at that track in the first hot seat, and I got an immediate pole and win, then I don't see myself having much of an issue. I don't know, tracks except for Jefferson. I'm not looking forward to Jefferson. Yep. Cool. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, I mean, you're my teammate, so I would kind of hope I could be friends with you as well, seeing as you're the fucking teammate. Alright, off to a good start. 1 top 5. and we're off the bat with a hot seat. We need your help driving the number 97 truck at Texas this Friday. Get a top 22 finish, and we might consider working with you in the future. I had to mute for a second. I had to sneeze, and I figured I would avoid sneezing, 1, audibly, and 2, directly into the mic. All right. Little loading. Loading always takes a while, so no real surprise here. Kind of running out of things to say, because it's like, well, I'm probably going to win. Well, actually, no, this is a hot seat, so who knows? We're at Texas, which is probably going to be better than Daytona. I think if I had a hot seat at Daytona, I'd practically be screwed. And I think a hot seat at an intermediate has not a pretty truck. It is a Chevy, though, which is nice. Although I wouldn't mind a Ford either. Anything but a Toyota. Yeah. I'll at least have one car or truck and or team fielding Chevys that I'll be able to join. So if the rest end up being Yodas, then at least one of them will be a Chevy. Assuming I get a top 22, which I usually do. I mean, at a track like at an intermediate, I can usually do decent. I'd say a top 15 is in the works, but I wouldn't say that a top 5. I don't think I'll get a top 5, at least not at Texas. I might be able to at, if this were a road course or a short track, then I might be able to, but at most intermediates, a top 15 is probably expected. But I wouldn't expect to do a whole hell of a lot better than maybe a top 5. I'm also in a 3-star truck, though, so that remains to be seen how that's going to affect my performance here. My first qualifying lap is going to be just above the goal, but the goal is probably about 22nd. So I guess the goal is just the goal finishing position, because that would be 22nd. So maybe so I guess, yeah, no, that would make sense for the goal. All right. 20 seconds pretty achievable.
Almost ready.
I'm starting ahead of it. I don't expect to fall back much, but I am starting on the outside, which is not a good start.
Careful, still there. Got one down low now.
Alright, looks like I'm not going to get that inside line anytime soon.
Careful, still there.
Alright, okay, catching a draft and gaining some spots.
All right, you're clear.
That's good. Right behind, I assume, yeah, that's Joe Nemechek, not John Hunter.
Still there. 5 to go, driver.
5 to go.
All right, you're clear.
In gaining some positions. We are probably about to crack the top 15. Although Brett Moffitt gets a bit of a run coming out of that turn, so I'm not going to be able to overtake him on the outside. Let's see if I'll be able to take over Ingram. Yes, I will. So we've cracked the top 15. We've cracked about where I expected to. But the field's starting to spread out a bit. So it's going to be harder and harder as time goes on to gain spots. I'm going to give up the inside to Natalie Decker. Unfortunately, we're going to lose that position. We're still in the goal position, but top 15 is more just for the sake of pride. Alright, and looks like Natalie Decker does have a faster truck because I'm not really gaining much of anything on her. Let's see if we can make anything out. Anything out of this? Decker's going on the high line. Unfortunately, as I might have expected, that high line's not going to give me any spots. Or that move will not earn me any spots. We're going to get a little bit on the apron, which is probably where we're going to lose all of our speed. Unfortunately. Right behind, I believe that's David Gilliland. And that, I think that's the 16 truck. No, that's the 4 truck. Well, we are going to give up our spot to Lessard here. I don't know what his first name is, but he drives for College Motorsports, so I don't think he deserves me knowing his first name. We're going to be a little slow in this turn, although Gilliland's going to be a tiny bit slow in that turn too. Not going to be able to overtake him, but I might be able to in this next turn, although he's kind of giving me a block. And can't quite complete the pass. We're on the white flag, which means unless I do it in this last turn, then I'm probably not going to do it at all. Going into the turn a little bit speedy. See if I can make anything out of it. Apparently that high line's really good here at Texas, but we will be able to overtake Gilliland and keep him behind us for that 16th, for a little bit of a battle for 16th. We make it to 16th. That's good. Alright. Great. Glad to see that. We're above the spot we were supposed to be in. So that's good. No top 15, unfortunately. But, oh well. Going for about 40 minutes now. Bulk of it was spent doing some hot seats. I'm going to probably finish... I'm probably going to do all or most of the Xtreme Dirt Tour. Maybe I'll stop before the championship run. Although I don't feel like a championship run is going to be long enough for a stream. But, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Alright. We got ourselves a nice hot seat. So, you know, we have at least one guarantee. Austin Wayne Self tells me, heard you were looking for a team to sign with next season. Just wanted to say good luck. It's competitive out there. Thanks. Don't really want to make any enemies here, because I am a pretty rough driver. So it'd be helpful if I could, you know, make all the friends I can off the track, to avoid losing all of them on the track. Alright, move to the second Xtreme Dirt Tour race. Now, when do the playoffs start? Race 10, it looks like. Because they're a different color. So it assumes 10 through 14 are the final big races. So we're probably going to do the first 9 races in this stream, and then once I get past the Armachilli 80 at Richmond, then I will decide if I want to do the rest of these in this stream or if I want to do them in a different stream. Because I think it would be interesting to separate the finals. But I guess we'll find out. Alright, let's... but that's plenty of races away, so let's see how many we've got. And still probably 2 Truck Series hot seats as well, which are going to take a little bit longer than this series. Going for 40 minutes now. I have some confidence in the season. The only thing I don't have any confidence in, really, is Jefferson. Although, the first time I raced Jefferson, I was racing without assists, and this time I will be racing with assists. And judging from the fact that I'm pretty good at road courses on asphalt, I do. I guess my hopes are a little higher this time than they are otherwise, because of that. Alright. Didn't do fantastic at this track. Or I think I got, I think this was the one with the 6th place. So it remains to be seen how we're going to do here in this car. But I think you get an idea after that asphalt race. I think you get an idea for what I'm expecting. In other leagues. Alright, so we got 3rd at qualifying. That's pretty good. 3rd is a good place to get. That does mean we're starting on the inside as well.
You're coming to the green. Almost ready.
Alright. Green flag.
Hard from the outside. Outside. Alright, you're clear.
Usually grab on the inside. Immediate overtake for first. It looks like Dirt's going to be quite the breeze, so I probably am going to either get rid of assists or up the difficulty to hard. I think I'm going to up the difficulty, and then I just have to remember to change it before I get into hot seats with the truck series, because that will become an issue pretty quickly. Alright, and just like that, we're already almost down to the final lap. I can have just about 2 sentences in these lap times, because the lap times are only 15 seconds each. So yeah, I think I am going to up the difficulty, for the sake of making it a little more interesting, I guess. And
Way to go, driver.
check flag.
Nice job.
2nd win on the season. Because, I mean, it's not as interesting if you're winning every race. You know? I mean, after 3, that will kind of, 3 in a row would be kind of the telling, because that means that it's not just the track, it's consistent. Okay, well, I wrecked. That was good. Good burnout. Alright. Tony Stewart placed 3rd this time, a little bit lower than average for him. Merch payout, $10. That was like 1 t-shirt. Not even. It was half a t-shirt. Although I didn't know there was dirt. I didn't know there were late model merch in the first place. So I guess that's part of it. I didn't know you could get, because I feel like just late models just are, you know, small enough as to where drivers aren't there consistently enough to get merch made. But what do I know? I don't know anyone in late models. Well, I do, but I don't know anything about the process. All right. Got us. We're up to 64 fans. Not bad. And my team has momentum. All right. I'm going to do one more race, because I also don't want to mess up my top 5, seeing as I am getting money for that. So, we're going to do one more race, just to be sure, because that leaves 2 races to get 1 top 5, and this is at Eldora, which I'm good at in the truck series, which means I'm probably going to be good at it in dirt as well, but I guess we'll find out. I am a fan of Eldora in general. I mean, for one, it's one of the only dirt tracks on the upper 3-level schedules, which I think is really cool. Tony Stewart owns it too, which is pretty neat. Alright, I'm probably going to eat after this stream, so I should probably stop eating these Reese's before I'm not hungry enough for a small personal pizza that I'm very excited to eat.
Go, go, go!
Alright. Qualifying begins. I do like racing dirt, and once I get up into the Cup Series, then I might put dirt as a secondary on the schedule. Actually, I might involve myself in dirt, truck, and Bush Series once I get up to Cup. Maybe on the second season in Cup, or at least after a championship, then maybe I'll start competing in all 4 leagues. But only part-time. I'm going to simulate some races for the sake of speed, but some races that I like, then I might not skip them, like, tracks that I'm good at, or, stuff like that. Alright, 4th place. 2 spots behind good old Tony Stewart. Danny Hoffman didn't have a good practice session. Hugh Ackerman crashed during qualifying. That's unfortunate. And Mark Hunter is the pole winner. So I guess it's good for him that I didn't take his ride.
Coming to the green.
Although I am on the same team.
Ready?
So we got a teammate up in front, so we're going to try to be a little...
That one down low now.
I immediately make contact with the car next to me. It's kind of issue starting on the outside. So I think actually the goal to making this harder is starting on the outside. I think starting on the inside is pretty much a guaranteed race. Yep, and now I get a spot open on the inside. Oh no! Uh-oh. That's not good. Almost flipped. But we made it. I'm gonna clip that. Alright. Well, I almost got turned. That could have went very badly. Uh-oh, I did it again. I seem to be very bad at driving when another car is in my presence. Okay, so maybe medium is good enough. It's just I need to start on the outside for any sort of real struggle. And that is the one downside to having such short races, is the fact that one mistake, you don't have enough time to climb back from one mistake. And that can become quite an issue in the long run. And 5th. Still a top 5, though. Alright, that was much more interesting of a race. I almost spun twice. Trying to take the lead from Tony Stewart. So that was pretty neat. That was actually probably the best race I've had so far. Even though I didn't win it. Because it was just a little bit more interesting than just leading the whole time. There was more to commentate on. So I guess that's nice. Alright. That was the race at Eldora. Still 2 wins and a top 5, so we're still, making pretty good time overall, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, there's really nothing to talk about in these darn loading screens. It sucks that it takes so long. Alright. 5th place finish. Not quite podium or a win, but still a good finish. Another Xtreme Dirt Tour, so no, nothing interesting there. View contracts just puts you up into future plans and doesn't really give you anything interesting. But I can lock in a team. As long as you currently meet all of a team's requirements and you have an open contract option slot, you can reserve the option to sign a contract. Hold on. Ugh, a sneeze. Sorry. Hi, man. I'm going to my baseball game. We'll be back later. Alright, no problem, dude. I'm sure I'll be streaming again. I'm probably going to stream some Minecraft later on today. But I guess I'll find out. So yeah, I guess so I can arrange contract options. I don't really have any plans on doing that right now. Because I don't really want to lock in anything other than you know, Cup. I might lock in a team once I get into Cup, just in case I fall out of the requirements. But right now, since all I can lock in is Dirt, I'm not really concerned about it, because I'm probably not going to be racing in Dirt next season. Alright, our next race is going to be the Freightliner 100 at Charlotte. The Charlotte Dirt Track. Or, sorry, the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Got a little bit backwards. I don't think any of these are real tracks. I mean, Eldora is a real track, but I don't know if, like, the Charlotte track, the Texas track, I mean, do they have dirt tracks? Somebody could fill me in on that. That'd be great, because I actually do not know if those tracks are real. I mean, I could look that up. Well, I tried to look it up the other day, but I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway. Alright. I hate seeing Fanatec ads all the time. These loading screens aren't as good as they used to be. They used to be better in the Technics games and the EA games, which I would stream if it were really possible. I mean, I'm sure I could eventually, but the current way I stream, it just would not be would not really be easy to stream on a PS2. And actually, I don't know if you can do that anyway. I don't know if, like, there are any capture cards that work like that. I guess I'll have to find out someday. Because at the moment, yeah, I do not know. I was adjusting my mic, and it was probably a bad idea here at qualifying. Probably going to get a worse qualifying lap than average.
Alright, that's our run. Back her down.
Just above the goal, 10th place. Not just above the, well, about half a second above the goal. 10th place. That is starting on the inside, which is always a good sign, but we are starting a little bit farther in the pack. So we'll see if I end up being able, if I'm gonna be able to claw my way up the track. Oh no, I'm starting in 9th. Yeah, usually you'll start one position ahead of your qualifying spot. Oh no, 10 is even. I'm stupid. I don't know my numbers. 10 is even. So we were starting on the outside of the wall. There was an opening in the track though pretty early, and I'm very sorry whoever I just bumped like hell. But there was an opening in the track that allowed me to get down to the inside. But not really gaining a whole hell of a lot on Tony Stewart. That was a clean turn. 2 laps to go. I'm trying not to wreck myself off of Tony Stewart again. Because I did that last time. Alright, we're going to get in front, it looks like. Well, in front of Tony Stewart. Not front overall. Can I take over from my teammate here in the final lap? Ooh, lost a little bit of time there. Nope. We're going to get 2nd place to my teammate. Not bad, not bad at all. 2nd place, put up a little bit of struggle there. Starting from 10th seems to make a good race. I'm pretty proud of that one. Alright. A little bit behind Mark Hunter. And I think he won yesterday at the race at Eldora as well. Yeah, he won the race at Eldora as well. But I'm still first in points because of those 2 wins and then 2 top 5s to boot. Mark here has 2 top 5s, or two wins as well, but I don't know what the rest of his standings are. I don't know how he did on the other races. I guess I should, well, actually, I can check that. I'm fancy like that, and I can take a look and see just how he performed at those other tracks. Tony Stewart seems to be always up for contention, but he's yet to grab a win thus far. Northfield's been definitely taking a lot of steam from under his feet, and we're going to be getting a Gander hot seat. This one is a 4-star team, which usually is the case. 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. tends to be the case. I have an eBay notification. Is it my goddamn diecast getting here? Of course it's not. It's just going to be an ad. How nice of it. Alright, well, we're with AM Racing. I don't know their cars very well. We're at Iowa, a short track, which is a good start. Usually I don't qualify too well, but at short tracks, maybe. Although I expect Iowa to be similar to Richmond, which is one of my worst short tracks. I tend to just be good at Bristol, Martinsville, and then various road courses, which is still a handful of wins. I mean, every road course, I mean, it depends on the series, but I think usually that'll be about 4 total wins, assuming that I do win all of the races that I expect to, which is, again, Bristol, Martinsville, and the 2 road courses that are usually available. Because unfortunately, although there are 5 road courses in the game, 5 or 6, there's only 2 usually in every series. Sonoma, Watkins Glen, and Cup. I think Watkins Glen and I don't know. The 22 car of Austin Wayne Self. Not a great scheme. I'm not gonna lie. Not even really a very good scheme. It does say don't mess with. It is basically sponsored by Texas. Go Texas. So that actually is kind of neat. I mean, I wouldn't mind driving a Texas car. Texas is a cool state. Less so every day, but it used to be cooler. Nowadays, Californians like to move there. But oh well, what are you gonna do about it? That's the problem with having cheap housing. You get people from from states with expensive housing moving in. As a Coloradan, I would know. All right, that qualifying lap is pretty speedy. Gonna put us above that goal in 14th. Not bad, not bad. Not great, but not bad. We're going to be ahead of that 4 car that was in basically the same spot last time. So a lot of familiar faces right about at the same place they were yesterday. Our goal position today will be 18th, which if we're starting off here in where I am, then it should be good. Spencer Boyd looks a bit slow today. Grant Enfinger, pretty reliably up there. I mean, Grant Effinger, at least one Thor Sport driver is going to be up towards the front. Okay, well, starting on the outside, which is not good. But hopefully, I can make something of this run. Get a better thing. We're going to bump Ty Majeski.
Hold your line.
And I'm in between both of the Plan B cars right now. Ross Chastain's next to me. Alright, we're going to pass Hill here. We're already up into 10th. Although it looks like I'm going to get passed by Ross Chastain. And that 4 car of... What was his name? RD. I could only see what I think was on it.
Clear low. Got one inside.
Todd or David. Is it David Gilliland or Todd Gilliland? I'm just going to say Gilliland. Gilliland up there.
Clear high, bud.
Let me go forward. Pass. Not quite going to be able to complete that pass on Hill. And Chastain's going to get underneath me again, so I won't quite be able to steal that bottom of that low line.
Stay in line.
Creed's up there towards the top. Once again, Ross Chastain always taking the exact same spot, and I can never quite clear him either. Lesser. I think his last name is Lesser. Alright, we're losing a bit of positions. We're only 3 laps in, so we're not even halfway yet, so still got plenty of time to gain. Oh, we're going to bump Ross Chastain a bit. He's got a little bit of smoke coming from the tires, but he's not going to lose out on any position. I would like to take that 2 car. If I had a choice of Truck Series car, I would be taking that 2 car. That would be the preferred. Right, but we'll see. Oh, a little bit stuck on Dean here. We're up to 9th. We passed Sheldon Creed. Or 9th. I'm going to give Dean a tiny bump here, but we're still not going to be able to quite complete that pass.
That was a great lap.
3 laps to go. We're going to go a little bit wide. Is that Grant Enfinger all the way back? Yes. Grant here has dropped all the way back to 8th. We've got another Thor Sport car coming up on my tail. I wouldn't mind driving that Thor Sport car either. Civic is one of the only good Ford teams. Even though I like Chevy more, I do like that F-150. That is a nice F-150. Although, you bet your ass if I had a choice, I'd be racing for Dodge if they were still in this goddamn sport. Alright, now Grant has a fast car, and is just a fast driver. So I don't expect to be able to pass him a lot. And who I assume is Matt Crafton. He's kind of sitting behind me. Yep, that's the 88 car. That's Matt Crafton. Uh-oh. Going a little bit wide here. It's not usually where I prefer to be. We're going to get passed by... We're going to get somewhat passed by Matt Crafton, but not quite. I don't understand why they used gray, though. Like, I understand the yellow, because that's kind of Thor Sports thing. Why gray? Alright. Well, we're going to beat and bang a bit, but we're going to get that 10th place finish, which puts us at a pretty decent spot. 8 spots above what we kind of expect. Or 8 points, or 8 spots above... what was it? 8 spots above 18th, which is what we needed to get, so... We're still making good time. I wouldn't mind driving that car. It's not the first one I'd go to, but that's currently my running choice. Alright, we've been streaming for just a tiny bit over an hour now. Those Truck Series races definitely are a lot longer than others. We've got probably one more hot seat in the tank, which is probably going to be another 2 races away. We did get that spot at AM Racing. So, and then Austin Hill here, Mr. Discount Luke Combs, is going to give me a compliment. So I'm going to give him a compliment back. Because like I said, I don't want to make any enemies. Alright. Another Dirt Tour race. Race number 5 on the season. My team's got momentum. We're looking pretty good. How's everybody doing? Oh, yeah. How's Tony? So Tony Stewart got 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, and 3rd. So he's been kind of mixed there. Mark, however, how has Mark been doing? Do you got 3rd? Ooh, that must have been a bad race for him. 3rd, 13th. 1st. Okay, so 3rd, 13th, 1st, and 1st. So not terrible on his behalf. We're moving on, it looks like, to the Wrangler 100 at Bristol Motor Speedway. One of my favorite dirt tracks. I do like Bristol to begin with, though. And also, it's sponsored by Wrangler. And I'm kind of biased, although I've already mentioned that in the stream so far. Like I said a few times so far, what really matters here is going to be qualifying. We just got to get a good qualifying spot. Once we get a good qualifying spot, then I don't suspect we'll be having any issues, really, when it comes to the actual race itself. The race would be a little more interesting if I start about 10th on the outside. Obviously, I'd prefer to start 2nd, or 1st or 2nd on the somewhere around the top 5 on the inside. But of course, you can only hope for so much. We're just gonna kind of roll on and see what we end up with. So, The pole is going to be 17,590. But our goal is 18,056, so we're probably going to get a little bit closer to that. Let's find out. Alright. I do like the way this thing handles more. It's not as round. It's not as circular. It's more of an oval. I do generally appreciate that. It's just a little bit easier to handle, and I can run it a little bit more comfortably. So I'm hoping for good results here. Alright. And we're going to get 17,590, so we got the pole. That might be the exact time the pole was, actually. Oh my god, I did. Wow. I managed to get the exact, to a T, same spot as Bobby Carter here. Who I believe is a teammate, but I actually don't remember. But this means that we will be, but we still get first place. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't really know what the procedure is. Oh shit. Alright, well, good start. I immediately spin, and then I spin on the apron. And I almost spun again on the apron. We're gonna give up a spot, but we aren't really gonna lose as much as I probably should. And again, the audio for Xtreme Dirt Tour seems to be very terrible. I hope that doesn't register too much on the stream and on the mod, but that's kind of shitty. Alright. Alright. 2 to go. That was actually, I seem to be pretty good at running into the apron, which I'm sure is just a result of being crowded, because I'm trying not to hit the other car. And so as a result, I end up kind of on the apron. Which tends to happen a lot, not only dirt, but in just about everything. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was a long spin. Are we going to end up losing this race because of that? No. 7. Oh, shit. Okay, we're good. Whew. That was a finish. Shit me, I did not expect to win there. I was a bit concerned there. I'm not sure why the cars got held up. This would look a lot more impressive if dirt burn out like it was supposed to. Or if dirt burn out like asphalt. Unfortunately, such is not the case. Alright. Fucked up my car, so that's enough of that burnout. Carter fell back to 4th. I made a lot of mistakes that race. That was a pretty bad race in terms of just racing pretty cleanly. That was a pretty dirty race overall. But we still took that first place win, which means I probably have to increase the difficulty because I managed to spin out twice. And somehow not lose. So that's nice, I guess. But after the next Gander hot seat, then I'll increase the difficulty because, like I said, I haven't been even getting top 5s in Gander, so I don't want to risk getting nothing. I don't want to risk falling further back, especially because the next hot seat is probably going to want me to get a much better finish. Alright. We got our contract payouts. We're going to get nice 10 grand out of that, although they're not asking me for another 1-0. Alright, and here's our next Truck Series 1. Kyle Busch Motorsports at Pocono? Oh, God. This is not going to be pretty. What happens if I race later? What does happen if I race later? Because I wouldn't be opposed to racing later because I don't like Kyle Busch Motorsports. I don't like Toyota. But Pocono is probably going to be the most likely to get a pretty bad spot. So, maybe... So I feel like, you know, if I change the time, I risk doing better. And I don't really want to do better for a team I don't want to sign with. Because unfortunately there was no I don't like you option. Alright. So, we're looking at something here, I guess. I'm not really gonna put a whole lot of effort. I'm willing to give up spots here. You know, I mean, even though it's a 5-star team, there are other 5-star teams that I'd rather race with. You know, Thorsport. I don't actually know what other 4-star teams there are, but I know Thorsport is. I would much rather be on Thorsport than anything else. Even though Kyle Busch Motorsports does have really nice paint schemes, like I will say, they are some of the most quality paint schemes. I just refuse to drive a Toyota. Because I'm stubborn like that. So, I guess I could just abort the race. And as a matter of fact, I'm not sure why I'm really putting this much effort in. I don't, like, if I'm being completely honest, I don't mind the Tundras. They're not bad stock cars. I just hate Toyota. So, you know. I'm not terribly good at super speedways, although because of the fact that this one has braking, it tends to be better than Daytona and Talladega. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I am in a 3-star ride, or sorry, a 5-star ride. So it remains to be seen exactly how this ride is going to treat me and how I'm going to do at this track, because I'm at a track that's generally not the best suited for me, but I'm on a team that is going to be very quality. So we'll see if that this ends up going well. Generally, I don't really care. I don't really want it to go well. I would like to get a 3rd hot seat offer for a better team. And with the fact that my best spot's been, well, I think the last race was 10th. I don't know if racing on a 5-star team is going to make it is going to make that much of a difference to the point where I can get 3rd or better. Which is a little bit worrying, but of course it remains to be seen. So we're just going to keep going. In terms of Pocono as a track, I actually do like Pocono. I'm just not terribly good at super speedways for the most part. Alright, we are pretty far behind goal. We're going to be sitting at 18th, which is a pretty average spot for me to start at. In super speedways, so I'm not too surprised. We're gonna be in order to win this, we're gonna have to make up a lot of ground, which I don't anticipate to make up, but of course you never know. So in order to get this hot seat, which I don't really want anyway, well, in order to get this hot seat, we're gonna need to make up a lot of ground, which we're already passing by Riley Herbst, which is probably the best scheme in this series. It's just Kyle, you know. And we're right next to our other teammate here, who I immediately run off the track. That's nice. And I get run off the track myself. So that's kind of convenient. Gotta get a draft though. I can't sit outside of the pack or else I'm done for. We've already climbed up to 10th somehow. Usually it's only that first lap that a lot of distance is made up. Usually I start to kind of stagnate after after the majority of a lap. It's just restarts that I tend to do my best on. And judging from the fact that I'm not really doing any sizable gaining, this is probably where I'm going to remain for the majority of the next lap. Just this lap, that's all it is. It's just one lap. Alright.
Still there.
That's a pretty good turn. We're making a good turn here. That was a really good turn. We're going to make up spots. We're going to crack the top 10. I don't suspect I'll be doing much better than that, though. No, we're going way wide. We're probably going to lose that spot, although I made him slow down, which also kind of rubbernecked the rest of the pack. So, let's see, I don't know. I'd like to remain with this top 10. I don't really want to fall out of the top 10, at least. Just for the sake of performance. Even though there's no way in hell I'm getting this hot seat, which is, again, fine. I just want to be, you know, at this point it's just for pride. Alright, 10th place. Not bad. Speed rating of 88. That was a pretty slow race, actually, then, because 85 is the minimum. So, not a great race. The winner was Matt Crafton. All of the Thorsport cars, the 88, 13, 98, 99, were all in the top 10. We got 75 points, so we're above Tyler Hill and Jesse Little. Who are, I assume, part-time drivers. Alright. Matt Crafton did get the fastest lap, though. Matt Crafton also led both of the laps. I got on the move, 17th to 10th, and Tyler Anker went all the way from 8th to 22nd. That is a rough break. That is a tough break. That's a lot of spots to fall, so that's kind of unfortunate to see for him. So, we're probably going to have another, another hot seat at some point. Now, I have noticed that if you're close enough, some places, like if you're like 4th or 5th, then some teams will say, well, you didn't quite do that, but we'll still be looking at you for in the future. And and if you do well enough, you can actually get a better, even if you don't do, or if you do well enough in the series you're in right now, you can still get, yeah, okay, so they just decided no, which again is fine. I don't want them to. Ben Rhodes, the 99 car. Been following your progress this season. I'm excited to see what team we choose. Well, so far I've only got 2 options, and I don't really have much, but I'm probably going to go with AM Racing, at least at the moment. That remains to be seen, however. So we're already 13 races through the Gander series, but that's not too terribly important because we're only moving on to race 6 in the Xtreme Dirt Tour. I've been able to get all top 5s recently. However, I messed up at Jefferson. I'm probably not going to do great at Jefferson. So we're going to make it 3 top 5s in 4 races just to give myself a little bit of breathing room outside of Jefferson. We got Texas, which was my first career win. I got it in a hot seat for this team, I believe. So we're probably going to be doing pretty well for this. But I guess it remains to be seen. So let's see what we can do here. I've been streaming for about hour 20. I'm still not exactly sure what I'm going to end at, because I'm not going to race any full-time truck in this, and I'm probably not going to race full-time, what is it, or I'm just debating as to whether or not I'm going to race the playoffs, and since this is going up on YouTube as well, I think it'd be better for YouTube if this were to be just the regular season races, and then we move on to the playoffs for a more interesting thing, especially because, I mean, we've already been going for an hour, so this is going to be a long VOD, and
Go, go, go!
I don't know, we'll see, and we might get a hot seat while we're waiting. Gander as well, but I guess we'll find out. that was a very clean turn. My first win was here at Texas, so hopefully we'll be able to keep up with that, but I guess it remains to be seen. Goal is 16,751, although I did not check what the pole was like I was supposed to. We got... I know that wasn't the goal, but I beat the goal by a little bit. So we got 5th, which means we'll be starting on the inside, which is good. Behind Bobby Carter, who once again gets himself a pole award. Hugh Ackerman, who's a little bit higher than he normally is. Caleb Stevens and Justin Jones. Tough break for Tony Stewart, who qualifies in 6th, and an even tougher break for points leader, or like 3rd place in points, Mark Hunter, teammate. Alright. Bobby Carter's car is apparently really fast today. Well, that would make sense because he did win the pole. And teammate Mark Hunter had an unapproved body modification during qualifying, so he's going to be starting at the back. That's pretty unfortunate, because that, with how few races there are in the season, it's pretty important to be consistent the whole time. You can't really... Okay. Immediately get spun out. That's nice. Turn bumped all the way down to 11th, which is not good, because I need a 5th place start, because I cannot afford to mess up Jefferson today. Because if I estimated that I would mess up Jefferson. Okay. We're in the top 5. We're good now. Clear where we need to be. If I can pass Ackerman, that'd be nice. Looks like I will. Yep, 3rd. Alright. But yeah, with the point standings, you don't have a whole lot of breathing room to mess up. Tony Stewart has gone all the way up from 6th to 1st. He currently leads the race. Pole winner, Bobby, whatever his name was, has dropped down to 2nd. But I will not be able to overtake Bobby Carter here, so I will get a 3rd place finish in today's race. That spin was kind of disappointing. Fortunately, we don't really lose a whole lot of ground when we get spun, which is very convenient. So, Mark is going to climb all the way up to 9th from 24th, which is pretty fortunate from him. We're going to be stuck a little bit down. So, Tony Stewart won that one, Bobby Carter 2nd, Hugh Ackerman was 4th, which I think was the same place he started out in. Let's see how that affects points standings. I still remain up there with 3 wins. Tony Stewart finally gets his 1st win, despite being pretty consistent all season. And then Mark Hunter with 2 wins is down to 201 points, probably because of that finish. But Bobby Carter is about 20 points behind him. So, let's see what this ends us up. Steal 1st place. That's nice. I don't remember if I actually did win the championship in my first running of this. I don't think I did, because it was a little bit tougher when I did it then. But, I don't know. We'll see. Alright. So, let's see what we've got here. Third place, 8 fans. Woo! 8 fans. We got 207, though. It's a decent amount. Alright, well, we got that top 5, which is fortunate. Alright. Race 7, we've got contract options. Like I said, don't really care. I'm not signing for this again. We're at Jefferson today. There are 3 races to go before the playoffs. We've got Jefferson, Fanatec, and Richmond. So let's see how we do with those. First, though, we're starting at Jefferson. There's 2 Jefferson races. There's a Nationwide 25, and then there's another Jefferson race in the playoffs. So, because of that, now I'm still leading in the playoffs, which means I'm not too concerned about it. at the moment, but that doesn't mean that things can't change. Like I said, I'm just hoping for good. Sorry. So the way I handle this race is going to kind of set the pace for some of the early semifinals. Because if I mess up here, it means I'm probably not going to do any better at the next race, which is going to be very bad in the long run for my playoff run, because that means that I could end up losing the playoffs because of a bad run at Jefferson. Hopefully that won't be the case, but you know, it's hard to really know. It really is. All right. I'm going to run a practice lap for once. I think it's pretty important to do that, even though this does mean that this race in particular is going to take a little bit longer than some others. And I'm actually going to be putting you for this. So this race is probably going to take a little bit longer than others, but I just got to do a practice lap and kind of see how I'm handling. Good start. And see, you know, kind of get an idea. And get used to this track again before I potentially make a mistake at the next track, or at in qualifying. I am usually pretty good at road courses, and I think the only reason I wasn't good at Jefferson was because of the fact that I did not do very well, or because of the fact that I had assists on, so I would just constantly be spinning. Or I had assists off, so I would just constantly be spinning out. But I think now, with assists on, I might be able to do a little bit better. Alright, I'm not really... Okay, we're gonna do qualifying. We're gonna go right over to qualifying. Because I'm feeling pretty confident in my abilities. It looks like the pole is a 13 exactly. Although I couldn't... but it was a low 13. So we want to get a low 13. The goal is a minute 14. So we'll see how that affects everything. Uh-oh. And of course we have to do this one lap first, so actually I don't know why I chose to do that practice, because I would just be you know, this is basically my practice lap to begin with anyway. Whoa, bad idea. Can't do that. Uh-oh. I thought I missed it. Do a quick little quarter mile here. Boom. Alright. Got a little tiny bit loose, but that's okay. Well, okay, it's really easy to get loose here. This is a dirt track with late models. These things just slide like hell. Okay. Make a little bit of contact with that outer wall. I do have a lot of trouble at this last spot here, at this little chicane. I suck at chicanes. Chicanes are some of my most... it's one of the reasons why I suck at a lot of the, like the Indy Roval and the Charlotte Roval. Is because of chicanes, especially the Charlotte Roval. The Charlotte Roval, when it's two chicanes, really messes me up most of the time. Hopefully it won't be a big deal. Well, it won't be a big deal because it's not, I don't think it's in the Truck Series either. Although I actually don't know that for certain. Alright. Making decent. We're running decently. We definitely could have taken that turn better. That is probably the best I've ever taken that turn. I usually take that turn very wide. So I'm happy to see that. I'm kind of curious to see what my quarter mile is. Actually, I can check that. I can look at the time and see what it is. Into it. That doesn't look like a quarter mile. I feel like a quarter mile is a lot longer than that, so I'm not exactly sure what's up there. Alright. Nice turn there. A little bit slow, but the majority of that turn felt pretty good. And no contact with that outer wall this time. This is probably one of my best laps on this track to date. We're not going to get the pole, but we are going to get better than the goal, which puts us in 4th. What was the pole? 13,020. Okay. So, we're basically right there. The only issue I could see, though, is that I'm starting in the outside. And that first turn is to the left. But we'll see.
Almost ready.
Oh, I am starting in the outside. Okay. I was bumped up to third. That's nice. Alright, I've got a decent run to begin with. Turns are definitely going to be my friend here. I've got to be a little careful, though, because I do race road courses very hard sometimes, and when I'm racing against other people, that can lead me to race very well if I'm trying to if I'm racing for a position. I can end up racing just too hard and losing it. Now, there's only one lap, though, so there's not a whole lot of time to regain anything. So this has to be pretty much a flawless lap, because there's nothing that will help me if I don't make one. Alright, and my lap time is not shown because it is only one lap. We got a decent gain on them, though, after this last one. As long as I hit my marks, don't mess up, and this could be another win. Alright, here's the chicane, though. This is definitely going to be the make or break of my run. Perfect. Perfect chicane. Come around the final turn. And kaboom. Win number 3. Win number 4, actually. I don't even know how to count anymore. This is win number 4. Woo! I'm not going to do a burnout here. This is not a burnout. You can't do burnouts at road courses. There's not enough room. Alright. Well, there we go. 4 wins on the season. Me, Tony Stewart, and Mark Hunter seem to be taking the majority of wins, but I am curious to see if anybody else will be able to take anything out. Probably Bobby Carter. Bobby Carter is probably going to be the one to do it, if anyone. To my estimation. Alright, I've been streaming for just over 90 minutes. Gonna be a long video, but all VODs are, and that's the only way I record. So, oh well. I guess I could just record in shorter increments, but I like to record just as much as I can, really. Alright, we got 2 dirt races in the same week, one on Tuesday, one on Saturday. And that Saturday one is, I believe, going to be the last of the non-playoff races. Yep, Fanatec, the Mountain Dew 100. Alright. Fanatec is just a regular old oval. Good old dirt oval, so I don't suspect I'll have any issues here. Of course, I could end up getting spun. If I'm not in the lead by the time I get spun, then I am pretty much done for. But if I can avoid spinning, or, you know, just generally do well, then I will be able to come out with my 5th career win and stake an even better claim throughout. Throughout what? Throughout the playoffs. So, remains to be seen, however. Who knows? Who knows? There we are. Alright. So, what is our poll here? 19,041. So, we're going to want a 19-second lap here. Both to get the pole or beat the goal. I do like the Fanatec Fairgrounds. I think the Fanatec Fairgrounds, fairground tracks are always good tracks, you know? Everybody loves a good fairground. Nashville Fairgrounds. Alright. Here is our qualifying lap. This is the important one. There's only one, so it's the only one. There's no less important lap. It's just the only lap. feel like with how much I drifted on that turn, I probably was kind of slow there.
Alright, that's our
Oh
run.
yeah.
Back her down.
20.128. So we're not going to beat the goal. We're going to be stuck in 10th. As cool as a track this is, I'm not a huge fan of running it, however. At least so far. I didn't really feel too terribly confident in the way it ran. But let's see what we can do here. We're starting on the outside, as one might expect, starting in 10th. Which is going to be issue number 1. I'm going to have to really run that outside lane here. Which unfortunately is absolutely not going to be good. Uh-oh. Okay. Saved it there. Unfortunately, all the traffic around was able to kind of keep me in line here. Alright, 2 laps in. I just need a top 5. Steal it from my teammate here. Kind of squeak it out. Oh, I would not have been able to squeak it out before the end of the race if that were the 4th lap. Oh, I'm going to lose it. I'm still in 5th though. And this guy is really riding my ass. I'm not a fan. Okay, it's gonna be a battle to the finish line between me and, okay, that's 1 to go. I let off the throttle a little bit because I did not think that was not the final lap, but it absolutely was. Alright, we're gonna give up 4th. Can I take it back? Push him out of the way. And kaboom! 4th place. Good job. Good race. That was some pretty decent racing there. I had a few issues. Starting on the outside, of course, taking that high lane didn't really do me any favors. I maybe could have even won that race had I have stuck to the bottom, but sticking low, not to the bottom, but sticking low also could have made me wreck off of another car. So in retrospect, I'm sure I did fine. And I still got a top 5, so there's not much to really ask for. I've got plenty of wins at this point, of course. It never hurts to get more, but 4th is good. 4th is good. So you have 1 more race to go before the end of the playoffs, or before the beginning of the playoffs, which is going to be a separate video just for the sake of, well, that would be probably more entertaining. It'll also end up being a shorter video. And I gotta eat and get a drink of water because my throat's starting to get a little bit dry. Anyway, and I'd rather officially end the stream than leave the stream for a bit and make it longer than it has to be. Oh, I saw a little bit of a glitch on the screen there. Whoops. Alright, the final race before the playoffs. Race number 9. The Armor Chili 80 at Richmond. We've got all of our top 5s we need. We are still leading in points at 294. Tony Stewart has 1 win in 2nd place with 265. I don't know if points reset. I feel like points reset, but I actually don't know that for a fact. Let's see what the stakes are for a lot of drivers. So a lot of drivers just need 1 win to boot their way into the playoffs, but Roy Wood, Caleb Stevenson, Anthony Norton, Ryan Foster, and Justin Jones just need some extra points. So we're going to be paying attention here to Roy Wood. He's on looks like the cutoff line. So he's in 9th, I assume. He's only 7 points behind Bobby Carter, who's been pretty consistent all season, but I guess Bobby Carter might have fallen off a little bit towards the end here. So let's pay a little bit of attention to Roy Wood here and Caleb Stevenson, the 2 guys closest, and let's see what ends up happening. Just to make sure that Roy Wood. Oh, Roy Wood isn't on the cutoff line. What? Okay, this is kind of confusing. Oh, that adds playoff points, doesn't it? Oh, and Cody Brock got a win. So Cody Brock will be in the playoffs. Even though he's 9th, he's got a win, which means that he will be in the playoffs regardless. Oh, look at that. All right, well, Final race to go. We've crested 100 minutes on the stream. This will be our last one. We're at Richmond, a track I'm not a huge fan of because of its quite annoying pit lane, although it's a bigger issue in some games than it is in others. It's not a huge issue in this game, but I do worry about how it will affect me in the long run. I've already got a win, though, so I'm locked into the playoffs regardless. But I wouldn't mind ending the stream on a win, at least. That would be, that'd be kind of neat. Alright. Should be loading in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, I don't know how to count, so, oh well. Missed it. Wow, okay, I was very far behind. There it is. Alright, Armor Chili 80, Richmond Raceway. The pole is 23,159. So we're going to be looking at a low 123. Our goal is 23,753, which I think is a pretty achievable goal. Let's see what we're going to make out of this. Uh-oh. Yeah, that orange line of commitment was very easy to accidentally hit. I'm very concerned about doing so. Hopefully that won't end up happening, especially in qualifying, because that means that I will just get a terrible spot no matter what. If it does happen in the race, I will restart. I refuse to let that be an issue. Alright, 20, 21. Ooh! Fast lap. That gives us a solid first place. Solid first place. Alright. Off we go. Race begins now. Richmond Raceway. Let's see if anything important has happened. Eric Wright likes me. They should give me plenty of room on the track. That's good to know. I guess those are really small things. Didn't have a good practice session, although I don't know what that means for anything else. And Leslie Gomez crashed during qualifying, so they start at the back. Alright, let's begin.
Coming to the green, driver. Almost ready.
And boom, we already passed the restart zone. Maybe we restart at the end of the restart zone. I'm not sure what the thing is there. Alright, now we have already ran away. We got such a good qualifying time that I'm really not concerned about it. Chances are Tony Stewart's the one who's going to get the win if I don't, so I might as well steal that win and get 5 on the season prior to the playoffs. Alright, this is only a 3-lap race, so we've only got 2 to go. Ready? I hate that Toyota sign. It should not be there. Ooh. If I got a little too much oversteer, that would not have been good. Alright. Green, or not green flag, white flag. Gonna come around the corner. That was an easy run. I think that was probably the easiest one I've had all day. I didn't even slightly. Richmond slaps for me apparently. Good way to end the stream. Good way to end the pre-playoff races. Let's give out a good burnout for the crowd here. Ooh, this is a stacked crowd for one, a NASCAR race, but for 2, a 8-level race. And they were generous when they designed that. And I can't give a good burnout. Get out of the damn wall. There we go. That's my life. There we go. That's what I like. That's what we want to see. Alright. Way to go. Well. Speed rating of 96, so just above average. Roy Wood got 5th place. That might be enough to put him into the playoffs. Caleb Stevenson is not. Hugh Ackerman also got a good finish. But Bobby Carter did too. So let's give out a final little reference. I think those drivers might have managed to pull it off. Let's take a look here. So, well, actually, let's go to actual playoff standings instead of looking at point standings, because that's not technically accurate to playoff standings at this point. Alright, that was a good race. I did not know that I could dominate that fucking race that much. Let's give a review of the point standings, the playoff standings, actually, for the Season 1 Xtreme Dirt Tour. Late model series. Whenever it decides to load. Fortunately, it tends to load this a little bit quicker than it loads. Yep, you made the playoffs. That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. Alright, summary. Finished first. 22 fans and about $3 grand. Alright, we got that payout too. Xtreme Dirt Tour semifinals begin. Can Dale Wolfhard make it to the Xtreme Dirt Tour finals? Which is the final race. The next 4 races are going to be all this. DGR Crossley is asking you to join their team. What is DGR Crossley? Just the 15 car. That is a Gander. I had to make sure that wasn't an Xfinity team, because it seemed like it was. I don't know what that 15 is. They do drive Ford, which is neat. Like I said, I like that F-150. So, alright. Looks like we've got a pretty good spot. Making the semifinals will help, though. Alright, race 10. 4 top 5s. We might as well go all out here. I'm not going to view the contracts, because frankly I don't particularly care. So, Roy Wood and Hugh Ackerman did make it into the playoffs. Bobby Carter got farther up. Who was towards? Yep, Eric Wright got booted out. Looks like Caleb Stevenson did as well. So, but Roy, Leslie, Hugh, and Cody are all on the cutoff line. Bobby makes sense to be here. He didn't get a win, I don't think, but he still had a good season. Behind him, he was pretty consistent. Tony and Mark are pretty obvious, and of course I up here as well, 34 points ahead. So, that was part 1 of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. The regular season of the Xtreme Dirt Tour. I did not expect it to take almost 2 hours. Frankly, I was actually quite surprised that it took as long as it did. But, that's beside the point. And, I increased the bit rate. Hopefully this stream will look good. I also, I hope that this stream sounded good. I'm going to be really disappointed if I go to watch it back and it's as quiet as a lot of my other NASCAR Heat streams have been recently. Anyway, that will be just about it. I'll be back streaming this again probably tomorrow, maybe later today. We'll see. I'm probably going to stream some Minecraft today in probably only a handful of hours. So if you guys want to watch that, go ahead and take a look at that. We've already gotten 1 episode in, so it'll be episode 2 of my Minecraft series. Anyway, we'll be back soon enough with the... Oh, we got a little bit of a glitch, unfortunately. Okay. We'll be back soon with the Dirty Mo Media 40 at Drebin. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one, everybody.